Okay. Cool, we're gonna reintroduce this. As you can see, we went halfway through our project and then realized that our little Bluetooth guy here had disconnected. So, we are installing a 5.5 foot bed Overland Vehicle System Expedition Cap on this 2024 Tundra. Our videographer just has gear, family stuff, valuables that not only does he want to keep dry, but he also wants to keep protected. So we're swapping out his extrusion rack, which we love. Like, that rack is by far the most versatile rack on the market. Very, very strong. We're transitioning over to one of these. They come in 3 boxes. They got your sides, your front and back, and then your top. They ship for free. I want to say this package is $2,600 or $2,700 shipped to your door, which is crazy. Stainless steel construction. There are some aluminum pieces, I believe. Stainless steel hardware. Very, very budget friendly, very strong. Once we get this thing assembled, we're going to toss his tent and awning back on it. So it has all of those accessories as well. But here's what they come in. You can see here the part number 2022 to 24 Toyota Tundra 5.5 foot bed cap. One package came in 3. And we actually have the pieces laid out over here. You have your front piece that goes toward the front of the vehicle. A lot of people ask if they're vented. Yes. So here's the vent for that. Part numbers. And then you can see right here, this is our connection points. So these holes right here are the way that we connect the front to the sides to the rear, and then the topper goes on as well. You don't want to tighten anything down right off the bat. We've installed several of these. You're going to want to just loosely put all the bolts and nuts on, fit the topper on, and then square it off and tighten everything up so it all goes together and you're not tightening and loosening and tightening to get everything to fit together. So first step we're going to do, I opened up 2 tables because I found out that was the easiest way to do it. We're going to put a side on to the front, and then the other side on, then out on the back, and then do the roof. Okay, this is the hardware that goes through the sides here. Very little play that holds the cap together. Then you're gonna have, I wanna say this is for your, oh yeah, this is for your top, so it has these like little grommets to seal it. And then this piece, I can't remember, but it's in the instructions. Step 1 is to use the CMP02 to get the whole cap put together. So on each one of these sides, it has this like foam gasket that helps keep these parts sealed together. So it runs all the way from the bottom, channels up the side, and then you have your 5 holes to bring the cap together. Fill all the holes. Damn. Bam.
Are we gonna have enough bolts?
Supposedly.
I think there's another bag over here.
So you're gonna put your bolt, your washer. I always recommend putting the bolt this way so that there's less material on the inside of the rack. And then there's your 2 plates right here. Then on the back side, you're gonna add a washer and then a lock nut. And just finger tighten them so that you can adjust everything and we can add our roof. And then once we add our roof and get everything squared, that's when we'll go through and tighten everything up.
More stuff.
Bro, don't embarrass me, bro. Don't embarrass me. Oh my gosh.
Your work.
Gosh, dude, they don't pay me enough over here, bro.
Pay yourself.
I know. Okay. Oh.
I have pieces of my cap, it's fine.
Oh. What?
I might have just pieces of my cap, it's fine.
Just the powder missing out of the whole bottom side. Okay, so here's the bottom, or sorry, the top. We started talking about the bottom. I want to show you guys the structure of this thing. because that was my concern with these caps, is that the top wasn't going to be very strong for like a tent. Man, I'm feeling naked today without my knife. Oh, jeez. Give me a piece of that camera. Ah! Okay. Sorry, Dallas. Okay. Damn. Okay, there's the weather stripping that they put along the entire top. Hold on, let me just catch my breath. Is this still working? Because I don't want to re-record this. Okay, weather stripping. This is bracing. This is dual layered. Then you have these cross members right here. It looks like there's 2 of them. Yep. And then these are all the bolts that pass through and cap the top of this OBS.
Cap the cap?
Cap the cap, baby.
No cap?
No cap. No cap with this cap. That's what the caption needs to be. No cap with this cap. We'd have a bunch of 12-year-olds clicking on it. Now, on to bag number, I want to say it was this bag, C&P 03, not 04A, C&P 03. Okay, we're not doing these ones with the rail. These are just going to be for the back portion here. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Yep, it's all these back ones. Should be 7 along the back, 7 along the front. It's gonna go your black bolt, silver washer, rubber grommet. Don't lose it. And then into the hole. Thought you were right there. Washer, nut. A rail goes right here. I'll show you that rail real quick so Dallas can get going on that. Thank you. Okay, pro tip, which I highly recommend, is that the silver washers, or at least 14 of them, that you get in this CMP03, paint them black. It'll make the whole top black, or leave them silver, like us. Okay, then you get your rail system. Rail system does not connect the whole length of screws. You're gonna have 1 bolt here and 1 bolt here still exposed. All the rest of them though will flow through this. There's already a sealant on the bottom of that rail, like a foam gasket. So Dallas will work on these. Okay guys, we're installing the cap, we're getting it all secured, and I'm gonna show you guys what comes in the pack hardware wise. So this piece is if you have a bed rail system like a Tacoma or a Tundra, you're gonna slip the bolt into one of these holes to allow for proper compression. What we found out is with the in the Tundras, 3rd gen Tundra, so 24, 22 plus, they're gonna go into the second hole and add it in. What it does is when fully cramped down, it adds enough pressure onto the cap to the bed for basically it's gonna be secure. If you go too much, you're gonna have a gap, and if you go too little, it's not gonna be able to compress it enough. So we found that on Dallas's truck, the second hole was the hot spot. This is how they come. This bracket is actually used for like an F250, a Ford, GMC, or a style of bed where the bed comes up and has an opening, and then this basically clamps it, right? So we are gonna undo these, get rid of the bottom piece. This piece latches onto his bed right there, and then we add the clamp like that onto the top.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is in his bed rail system, right? And this is going to clamp on the camper as it, the topper as it goes down. So one thing you want to make sure though is that we've noticed that sometimes there is a little bit of powder in these nuts, and you want to make sure that the bolt is threaded properly so you do not cross thread these, because it will just rip these to pieces.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, we yeah, there you go. We did one literally on this one because it was not threaded properly, and we ended up having to re-tap it to make it function properly.
He's a videographer.
Because he's a videographer, not an installer. But guess what? He did most of the install, so. I just do the introduction video part, and then Das actually does his own installs. So anyway, we got the camper lifted up. We got all the sealant stuff, rubber gasket stuff that it comes with around it, so now it's waterproof. And then the last piece I want to share with you guys, this is a 3M double coated tissue tape. It's pretty thick. And where you put this is where this thing clamps down so it doesn't absolutely destroy the powder coat that is on these caps. You line this up to be able to cover where this clamp is going to come in contact with the cap. And what I would do is I would basically get it clamped down, see where it clamps, then unrelease it, put this down, and then clamp on top of it. It's going to rough up the powder coat just enough to where this is going to adhere a little bit better. And it'll give you a good footprint of exactly where to put this, because you don't want to like put it down and then have it like slide off, because these things do shift a little bit as they become tighter due to just warping as just like geometry of this whole clamp system. So I would clamp it down fully, see where the footprint ends up, maybe even make like a line around it, release it, put this down, and then clamp it again. So now you can see all of them have their rubber gasket on them, are properly clamped down. And now we're gonna move on to the second part of this install that isn't the cap, and that's gonna be the rail system. You'll get the rail system in a box like this. It'll even say Expedition Cap crossbars in a pair. These are the 55-inch ones that we recommend for the Tacomas and the Tundras. Obviously you can get longer ones. I think they have a 65-inch, maybe even a shorter one. But for the Tacomas and Tundras, we've noticed that the 55s work the best. Let's toss this up there just so I can show you guys the width. Oh, there is. Cool. So this is the 55-inch. It looks like you're gonna have about 3-ish inches on each side sticking out, which is like the perfect amount, especially once it's elevated with its little feet, which is gonna set it about right there. We're also gonna be adding Dallas's awning brackets to the top of these things, and then running his tent right here. We're gonna see if we can use the Sherpa mount feet right here If not, we're probably just gonna drill a hole straight through the center of it to be able to clamp this his rooftop tent onto his camper. So, yeah, let's toss in the little T-slot nuts and get this thing mounted up.
What?
Say, hey, I got your quote from Artem.
Hey, they're gonna fit on you though.
Huh?
Fit on you.
Yeah, which is fine. Oh, because we don't need them to actually
Right.
go in here. This is just for your awning.
Exactly. Bro, don't worry. Don't worry. The install guy has it.
Dude,
I got it figured
between
out,
both of us, bro, we're gonna get this thing done.
We're one brain.
Someday. It goes these ones come with it. These are ones that we use for other installs, but we're gonna use them on this because it actually slides right into the T slot like perfectly. These, you're gonna end up putting your thing on, and then it's a washer and a nut. I don't know if any of this is stainless. These look like they're powder coated somewhat, but will probably corrode with time. These look decent.
Are we done yet?
Bro, this is a heavy install, man. But we are set up and ready to go. We're camping ready right now.
We are.
We ended up getting the crossbar shifted all the way over to his passenger side, which allowed us to have a little bit more space for the awning to kind of pop out, so that way it wasn't sitting too close, because when it was sitting too close, basically the door is only going to be able to open like that. Bringing it out allows it to open basically to full capacity, which is really nice. Then, as you can see here, we have about 3 inches of space here, maybe 2. Used all the hardware off of the old rack. As I said, these crossbars were shifted all the way over. Then we used some Sherpa feet under here to be able to allow for 4 mounting spots for the tent. I think this tent weighs about 100 pounds, so 4 feet is more than enough. If it starts like wiggling and rattling, we can also always toss on more if needs be. Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. This thing's gonna be looking sweet. I think, so the way we did it is we actually centered the tent over the box, and then you can see it overhangs the cab now. Before, we could not get it past this point, so it actually hung off on the backside. Now it actually hangs over the cab properly and gives him enough space for appropriate body flex. So when we are out on the trails and the bed might be doing a little bit more movement than the cab, we don't have to worry about the tent tapping the roof of his cab, causing damage. So this is a 270 awning, that we can cover this up. We're gonna want to do an OVS one with LEDs, a little bit more support, and this is just a basic clamshell tent that we sell with an OVS cap for a 2024 Tundra. So once we're fully locked down on all the bolts, we'll do one final walkthrough of some of the features and kind of show you guys the final product out in an area where you can see everything. Okay, I just finished air install on a 23, right? 24.
Bro.
Jeez! 24 Tundra. Dallas has got a 6 setup here. I want to show you guys that this OVS cap fit flawlessly on his vehicle. He already had a deck drawer system. This is the one I like. The little wider trucks like the F-150s come with these dual drawers. Damn, they're nice. So I just wanted to show you guys the height difference here. We haven't wired in the lights quite yet. We will. But on these Tundras, you can see clamps are on. We got our rubber buffers here. The fitment is crazy good. So So when this thing is fully on, we situated it. I'll show you the distance on the front, but if you see here, we got literally a 1/4 inch between this like little bump piece before it closes. And once you close it, locks, it has the pressure foot to pull it shut. Then you can come over here. I actually think it's shifted, Dallas.
We pushed it forward a little bit.
You did push it forward? Oh, okay, because I remember it touching previously.
Yeah.
So you guys brought it forward just a tad?
Yep.
Well, we got about a 1/2 inch in there, not much. So it is pressed forward in my opinion as far as I would go forward without the twisting of the vehicle when we're off-roading. So we'll have to double check that before we head out. Make sure this thing isn't gonna shift. This is their cross members. We pushed the feet on the outward position and then shifted the rails all the way that way to the passenger side, because this is where we mounted his awning, which worked out perfectly. It centered up the tent, or gave us enough room to center the tent, and then the awning occupies the last 6 inches of this crossbar, and the mount that holds on the awning goes all the way to the back. So we have 4. Yeah, there's 4 screws up here. Yep. So there's 4 screws on top that actually hold the mount to the cross member, and then you got the awning itself, and you can see this mesh part moves, but the mount does not. Cool. And I'm gonna open this up so you guys can see. So it could open up maybe 1 inch more, but it's maxed out even with that awning on there, which is really nice. A lot of the times the awning sits so low where it like basically makes this door unusable, but that awning sits up high enough with the cross members where we have it to where you can access the inside. This does have a 2-inch lift and 35s. I'm basically 6 foot and I still fit. So great option if you're looking to basically have a good amount of storage with a deck system, keep it all covered and protected with an OVS cap, and yeah, this is a phenomenal setup, super budget friendly, great quality, powder coat, fitment was fantastic, easy install, because it ships to you in pieces that you then assemble and then throw on your truck. So we do carry these here in Boise, Idaho. We're gonna be carrying the 22 plus Tundra and then the 3rd gen Tacoma, probably the 4th gen Tacoma as well in stock. So if you want to swing by and come grab one, you're more than welcome. If we don't have one, we can get one pretty soon, more than likely. So other than that, leave your questions or comments on this. If you want us to do a follow-up video on this this specific one, the Tundra, leave your questions down below. We'll be able to answer those on a follow-up video. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video. It helps us grow. We'll see you on the next one.